Scientists think the most likely place to find alien life in our solar system isn't a planet, it's a moon, covered in ice, getting hammered by radiation every single day. So far from the sun that calling it cold feels like an understatement. From the outside, Europa looks dead, completely, totally dead. But underneath all that frozen nothing, NASA thinks there might be an ocean bigger than every ocean on Earth put together, sitting in complete darkness, locked away for possibly billions of years, under miles of ice that no human being has ever touched. And here is the thing that actually messed with my head when I first learned this. Something down there might already be alive, and we have never once looked. Up close, Europa is a wreck, covered in rust-colored cracks. Shattered and refrozen so many times it looks like something that just gave up. Like a windshield that got hit too many times. It looks still, peaceful almost, but it's not. Europa sits inside Jupiter's gravitational grip, and every single orbit. That planet is pulling on it, bending it, squeezing it just enough to generate real heat somewhere deep inside. And that heat is everything. Without it, Europa is just another frozen rock. One of hundreds in the outer solar system. Nothing special. But with it, scientists think that ice shell is actually floating on top of an ocean. Not slush, not some underground puddle. An actual ocean. Deep and dark and ancient. Possibly holding more water than every ocean on Earth combined. So when you look at Europa, that pale, frozen, seemingly dead moon, you are not really seeing it. The real Europa is the part that's completely hidden. But here's where a lot of people stop thinking carefully. Water doesn't mean life. Water is necessary, but it's nowhere near sufficient. Life needs chemistry. It needs an energy source. And it needs enough time for something almost impossibly unlikely to happen anyway. Europa might have all three. Under the ice, there's probably a rocky seafloor. And that seafloor, heated from below by tidal friction from Jupiter, might be driving hydrothermal activity. Superheated water, minerals, chemical reactions that don't stop. Sound familiar? Because on Earth, that's exactly what we find at the bottom of our own oceans. Hydrothermal vents, places where sunlight has literally never reached. And yet, entire ecosystems are down there, thriving. No photosynthesis, no warmth from above, no sunrise ever. Just heat, water, chemistry, and time. Europa might have a version of that sitting at the bottom of an ocean we have never seen. Which means that ocean was never really empty. It just never had anyone looking. I want to be clear about something. Europa is not a nice place. The surface gets blasted by radiation hard enough to kill a human in a matter of hours. The ice could be several miles thick. And beneath that ice is an ocean that's been completely sealed off, possibly for a billion years. No light gets through, no signal from above, no way to know what's down there without actually going. And if something does live in that ocean, it would be nothing like what we picture when we imagine alien life. No forests, no recognizable movement, nothing that ever needed a sun, because there was no sun to need. Whatever's down there was built by pressure, by darkness, by minerals and heat and total complete isolation. Organisms that never once looked up. Because in that ocean, up is a meaningless concept. That's the kind of life Europa might be hiding. Not the kind we romanticize, the kind that just quietly exists in the dark and has for longer than humans have been on Earth. This is why Europa actually matters. Not because it's exotic, not because it's visually interesting, but because of what finding life there would actually mean. It would mean life happened twice, independently, in the same solar system, on completely different worlds with completely different conditions. And if that's true, then life isn't a miracle, it's a pattern. Carl Sagan said it better than I can. The universe is a pretty big place. If it's just us, seems like an awful lot of wasted space. Europa is where that idea gets tested. Because if a frozen, irradiated, lightless moon buried in Jupiter's radiation belt can produce life, then what can't? Every frozen world suddenly becomes a question mark. Every hidden ocean becomes a possibility. Every moon that looks dead from the outside becomes somewhere worth checking. Maybe we have been looking for life in the wrong places this whole time. Looking for planets like Earth. Looking for sunlight and blue skies and familiar conditions. Maybe life doesn't need any of that. Maybe it just needs a little heat, some water, and enough time. Right now, we genuinely don't know what's under Europa's ice. Maybe nothing. Maybe the ocean is completely sterile. Maybe every ingredient is there and the spark just never happened. That's a real possibility. But so is this. Somewhere in that buried ocean, something already crossed that line. A membrane formed, a metabolism started, a cell divided. Something tiny, something that's been alive down there is the dark for longer than our entire civilization has existed. And if that's true, the greatest discovery in human history isn't sitting on some exoplanet 40 light years away. It's here, in our own solar system, beneath a moon we have been photographing since the 1970s. 40 minutes away at the speed of light. That's what changes when you really sit with Europa. It stops being an interesting astronomical object. It becomes a door. Frozen on the outside, dark on the other side. But maybe, just maybe, opening onto the answer to the question we have been asking since we first looked up at the sky. Are we alone? Europa doesn't answer that yet. But it might be the closest thing we have to a place where the universe is willing to answer back. And I think that's why Europa sticks with you. Because past all the ice and radiation and crashing darkness, there is something sitting underneath all of that. Not proof, just possibility. The possibility that life is more stubborn than we gave it credit for. That oceans don't need sunlight to matter. That somewhere under a sky that no living thing has ever seen. The universe might have started biology twice. And if that gets under your skin even a little, subscribe to Orbicus. Because Europa is just the start. There are other moons in this solar system. Moons with secrets that makes Europa look simple. Moons that aren't just hiding oceans, but actively doing something with them. Next video, you will see what I mean.